Hi Libra, this is Amanda Nardozzi. Thanks for hopping into my little plant den here. We're keeping it warm. We're keeping it cozy. Today's reading is going to be for May 13th to May 19th. If this resonates with you, go ahead, like and subscribe. All the things, that way you can keep up to date with me. I do weeklies and collectives and astrology videos, and we have a lot of fun over here, right? So, that being said, we're just going to jump right in. I'm going to pull some oracle. We're going to dive into some tarot, and we're just going to pick things apart. I'm just going to let it intuitively channel through. Drop into your heart space. Let the dust spiritually, physically, and emotionally settle around and within you so that you can determine which messages are for you, Libra, and which messages are for others. I like to tune into my guides around this time. You can do the same, whoever you work with on the other side, be it guides, angel team, ancestors, loved ones on the other side. I call in Archangel Michael for casting a light of protection around me at this time. Thank you, Spirit Team, for offering... Spirit Team and angels for offering guidance with the highest love, the highest light, and the highest compassion for our Libra audience. So I see a lot of bumps that are happening right now. And I love that. So on the oracle cards that I'm pulling, you have the number 51 and you have the number 52. So I love when there's like a, usually when I see numbers side by side like that, there is a progression that's happening. I do see, so like the image that I'm seeing is like a bumps, like up and down, up and down. And right now we are in a milk and honey stage. So this is kind of like, there might be morsels, it might be a whole pond of abundance that you see, but it's almost like now is like a very sweet time. Now is a very sweet time to indulge. I'm getting for a lot of you, it could be just having more time to spend with a lover. This could be, you know, getting like, I don't know, I guess it's a little late for it, but like tax return money or something. I don't know, maybe like a financial pop or something. But there's like, I see like a lot of bumps because things are either changing or there's just the energy has been a little bit crazy. Like I just see a lot of hills and bumps. And then it just happens to be one of those things where it's at like a high point right now. And you know, it's not going to last forever. So you're just enjoying it while you can. Just, ooh, these moments taste the sweetest type of thing. You also have Magical Map Shifter. So this is, I'm speaking with an energy that, you know, things are changing rapidly around you and you are changing almost with the times. I'm getting almost kind of a chaotic energy with this Libra. It's like if you don't like the direction that you're going, you can very easily change it. I feel like things are kind of up in the air and kind of floating around. It is a very Seven of Cups type of energy where you can kind of grab the next thing from whatever you want. Like it's almost like you have a lot of opportunities floating around. Because I know sometimes when you are on like a very distinct path and whatever it is that you're trying to do, there are very clear steps forward of like, oh, this is what I need to do next, and this is what I need to do. And I feel like yours branches off. Like I just see a lot of them kind of floating, and you're just grabbing something and pulling it down. And if you don't like the options, it's almost like you're just clearing the way and you're just allowing spirit to refresh them. So very interesting image. You also have the Fire Guardian, Ignite Your Passion. So this is a time to really connect deeply with what it is that you want. What is it that really excites you? Because for some reason, I feel like some of you have fallen out of touch with this. So Spirit is asking you to come alive again. For some people in some parts of the world, I know for me, it's starting to get warm outside and the sun makes me come alive. For a lot of you, it could be your environment. It could be just, you know, having more time or having more leisure to indulge in a passion project. Or maybe some of you got inspiration recently towards something and Spirit is encouraging you to indulge in that. Let's dive into the tarot, into each of these oracle cards and see if we can get more images from this. Ooh, okay. So under Milk and Honey, we kind of have this progression or this story that's speaking to me with Milk and Honey. So we're going to dive into this. You've been working your ass off, excuse my French. You have been working tremendously hard because the Ten of Wands talks about basically strapping a burden onto your back. Usually this is by choice. Sometimes we feel like we don't have a choice. I do feel like everything in life is a personal choice of some form. Maybe not everything, but a lot of like the jobs we find ourselves in, the relationships that we find ourselves in, you know, these are actively choices that we make. And I can't help but feel like, you know, this is just, again, one of the ups and downs of life. Like you just are either currently or like you're just like leaving a time. I see it like, I see for a lot of you it's exiting because you're kind of having this sweet type of like like tastes good, like, offering some appreciation for like the wonderful things in your life. This could be a good time for you, Libra, but it's because you're coming out of a 10 of Wands time and you're needing rest. And it's like, you're getting that rest and you're like, this is a life. Some of you could be going on vacation. Like, that's the type of energy that I feel. Because it's like, ugh, like you're wiping sweat from your brow and you're like, okay, we're done. And you're going to have to go back in the throes of it. And again, I'm still getting that bump for you. Like, they're just bump down, but it's all even. It's not like there's one mountain higher. It's not like the valley's lower. Like, it's just a very consistent, like, their spirits, like, this is just the ups and downs of their life. This is just a very consistent thing of, like, just fluctuating in and out of, like, this is a really, really good thing. Oh, this is not feeling too great. Okay, this feels amazing. Oh, man. You have the Four of Pentacles, too, and this talks about saving money or, like, conserving your resources in some way. For some of you, this is calling to rest more, and for some of you, this is calling to save money more. Not that you're going to need it in the future, but a lot of you are almost kind of, like, just naturally penny pitching right now, and it's almost like you're finding abundance and joy in other things that don't involve money. And that's good. That's okay, because I feel like, again, if you're enjoying yourself, who cares if you spend money, right? And I think that I've always opt for, saving money because, it helps. Like, it's good to have a cushion. It's good to have an emergency savings. It's good to save up for the things that, other amenities and luxuries that you want in life. And it feels amazing to support yourself. But there's that Four of Pentacles, so sometimes it comes with a feeling of lack, but sometimes this is also just saying, keep it close. Keep it close. I'm hearing like I'm screaming. So some of you could have tensions with finances, and this is just one of those times where Spirit's like, it's okay, take a break. Just enjoy the abundance that you do have. Recognize how much abundance there is, and then it will come to you, but I'm not saying it's going to come to you by just sitting down, right? Oh my goodness, sorry, my dog yawned. I don't know if you heard that little, it sounded like a broken squeaky toy. He's been very vocal lately. I don't know. But again, this Four of Pentacles is just coming with, needing to hang on to money or being in a time with attitude, like your attitude of like keeping things close, right? The Six of Swords is moving on. I'm hearing like you are moving to higher ground. So if you are exiting a difficult time, this is moving on to higher ground. Some of you are actively working to make your lives better in some way. I'm not sure exactly how, or like you're actively working towards a more, like if this is a new project that fills up your soul a little bit more, if this is a new job. For some of you, it's not a direct transition. Some of you is also just moving too. Some of you are just straight up moving, like packing boxes and moving to like a new location, like a new spot. Of course, this is a general reading, take it how it resonates, but the Six of Swords is typically the card of packing up stuff. Like I usually see boxes with the Six of Swords. I do feel like for a lot of you, this is just like you're just changing like the vibe just for now. It's like a temporary break from something. Some of you could be like going home for the summer or something after school, or I don't know, just like I get for a lot of you, it's like moving to a new apartment too, or like moving to a new house, like just moving to a new location. And that in itself is making you feel like abundant of like, oh my gosh, like this move is finally happening for me type of thing. Now let's talk about Magical Shapeshifter because you have some interesting cards here. You have the Two of Pentacles. So again, keep seeing like the Seven of Cups here, like you have a lot of options, but the Two of Pentacles talks about needing to balance things a little more. I think balance is a myth. We're always going to have trouble juggling things. Some areas of life might be easier to juggle than others, and it's not always going to be a challenge. But Milo, shh. I'll come see you in a little bit, okay? Shh. Oh. It's the middle of the day, and he was fed already, so I don't really know what he's asking for. But the Two of Pentacles is like this kind of juggling, needing to balance two different energies. And some of you, it is the duality of, man, I worked my butt off and I know I have to go back, or I know that the valley's going to dip again and I'm going to have to work my butt off again. Some of you, it's just like, it's hard to like turn off. So if you are on vacation mode, it might be hard to turn your mind off while you're indulging in whatever fun you are in. But I do feel like some of you are playing cards. Like there's just some cards that you're playing, and you're playing different ones, and it shapes your future a little bit differently. Let's keep looking into that. You have the Sun, so this is the core of your reading, just with all 9 of these tarot cards. That's 9, right? Yeah. With all 9 of these tarot cards, this lies in the center, and the Sun, and this is like at the heart of the energy. This is the Sun. It is a shining, optimistic energy. Some of you are quite literally dancing in the sun, enjoying the summer. For a lot of you, even if it's not like a summertime, like type of warmth that you can go out and enjoy, like I'm thinking of. Um, this is just a time of optimism. It's a time to see hope for the future so that way you can actually reach for those opportunities that, you know, inspire more hope in you. And you also have Ace of Swords, so new epiphanies, new ideas coming your way. Some of you can actually be receiving a message. I'm not actually sure. This feels like some type of communication, whether it be a text or an email that you're waiting for, but something about that being resolved or something's coming in. Some of the Ace of Swords typically indicates a message of some sort or like a new opportunity or a new epiphany or an idea that comes in, but I'm getting for some of you it's a message. So keep that in mind, whether it be from like a spiritual team. I do feel like this is something concrete from somebody else, like a good news. It does feel like a very good news type of card. So if you have been putting out if you're looking for a job, for example, and you've been putting out your resume, just expect like, I'm not going to say expect and hang on to it, but, you know, the Ace of Swords does indicate that you would receive positive communication back or some type of communication, or like if you're waiting for something to come in the mail, that it would be coming this week or coming soon, right? So the Fire Guardian, ignite your passion. So again, we talked about like, you know, letting it flare up, things that are inspiring you, right? Knight of Cups is about exploring. So exploring these passions and see where they take you. It's almost like, again, it's like they want you to play in it and use this passion as kind of your sandbox a little bit, right? You also have the Emperor, and the Emperor is about, you don't need to take total control of where it goes, because for whatever reason, there is a shade of the Emperor that, while yes, talks about taking your control and power and authority, it does take to the extreme sometimes, and I do feel like it's veering into the more negative side of the Emperor, which is, you know, that feeling of like, oh, I need to control exactly how this is going to look. So some of you might feel a little bit perfectionism with whatever passion is coming up. It's like you're doing gardening. It's like, I want the perfect garden, or I want to make sure I get everything right, you know, and you're fussing, but you're not really having fun that way. You're just, you know, you're trying to, it's okay to have guidelines. It's okay to have like charts. It's okay to try to plan everything to a T, but try not to fuss too much over the details, because it takes away some of the exploring aspect. Because then what if you hit a bump? You know, like I'm seeing somebody with a map in front of them and they're like, I'm going to go this route. And you have all of these best laid out plans, and you can have all of these plans. And what do they say? Like man makes a plan and God laughs, or something like that. So you make a plan, and then all of a sudden you hit a mountain that wasn't charted on the map, and you're like, oh my God, like, you know, and then because you were so stuck on the structure, you were so stuck on the plan, that it actually like tanks your happiness, and it tanks your because like, you know, expected everything to follow the plan, you know, or it's like you feel inconvenience because it's like, oh man, like I was kind of hoping to have like the perfect, and nothing's perfect because life is changing, the energy around us is always changing. So just keep that in mind. Try not to have such a tight hold on these passions. Explore them and see what they can offer you. Go in with an open mind, right? You have the Seven of Wands, so this is like protecting something close to you. For a lot of you, your passion could be just, you know, protecting your family, or protecting something like, you know, protecting like your small fortunes. This is like protecting something in your life. And again, this is kind of like one of those things where maybe you had trouble exploring your passions or things that excited you in the past because you've been kind of guarded and wanting to protect someone. So this kind of reminds me of like single parents who are trying to date again, and they're like, oh, well, I want to protect my child. And, you know, so because of that, this Seven of Wands does feel very much like Emperor energy, where it's wanting to protect something and not wanting to put it at risk. So you try to control everything and perfect everything to a T to minimize the risk. But the Knight of Cups always comes with a little bit of risk, because the Knight of Cups is on a mission. The Knight is always on a mission, and with the Cups, it's specifically looking for something. And the Cups is looking for some type of emotional fulfillment, something that makes them happy. And Spirit's just asking you to relieve some of the pressure on yourself to do better or to do well, and then just explore it and have fun with it. See where it goes. Doesn't mean like be a wild child, completely let loose, do things that you would never do. This is just release the reins a little bit and understand and have faith that, you know, the journey is going to work out in some form. Maybe not with the opportunity that you find, but like eventually down the line, something will work out. You also have joy and contentment. So again, Spirit just wants you to enjoy. I'm hearing like, please recognize your gratitude. Please recognize the abundance that you already have. This is just honestly making time for play is what like when this card comes up, it's just making more time for play. Because again, you're in a milk and honey stage right now. So it's all just enjoying the sweetness that life has to offer right now, or calling for more joy and abundance in your life. You also have do the work, which is so interesting compared to joy and contentment. This is that duality that we said again, with the Two of Pentacles that came up with that duality of, oh man, well, I'm going to have to return to work, or oh my gosh, well, I'm going to have to work my butt off. Some of you are actually working and it's bringing you joy because it's giving you abundance, but you have to work your butt off for it, but it's providing a lot of joy. And if that's the case, whoo, congratulations, keep going. You're doing so great. I'm feeling just such a positive energy of like optimism here. But this do the work card is like, just giving the energy of like, getting down to business, taking care of matters. I'm hearing like for some of you, it's taking care of matters around the house and that's making you feel accomplished. For some of you, it's, clearing up the energy in your job, or it's, doing things like making strides in your passion because you're finishing projects or you're sharing them to social media or something. I don't know. Whatever you do, apply it how you see fit. You also have transformation. So after this cycle of indulging in your passions, it does offer a transformation of some sort. So it's almost like your energy is recalibrating. Just invite more fun in, indulge in this fun, indulge in this positivity and optimism. And I'm not saying go to the brink of toxic positivity, but indulging in the abundance that you do have and just enjoying the amazing times that you have, because inevitably there will be more tough times in life. That's just how it works, right? There are just going to be hills, Libra. So just understand that there is a transformation underway when you do learn to explore with the Knight of Cups and ignite your passions with that Fire Guardian card, okay? You also have 923. We're pulling from Angel Numbers by Kyle Gray. I will always read these messages twice. You are seeing signs and are in touch with the kingdom of heaven. The key to this connection is the love within you. One more time. You are seeing signs and are in touch with the kingdom of heaven. The key to this connection is the love within you. And connecting with that positivity, that love that does operate on the frequency of angels and spirit guides so they can reach you easier, okay? Or you can understand or hear them easier, right? You can feel it. Like when we are in a state of like a high vibration of love and gratitude, like that is where we can, that I don't know, I feel like that's where, because that's we attract those types of messages, we attract those types of things. So it just helps. It helps a lot, and it helps us stay focused and understand like, this is all happening for a reason. This is our path, right? So that being said, I hope it helped for you, Libra. As I said, like and subscribe if this resonated. Leave a comment down below if you so feel called. I would love to know how this applies to you and what this passion is for you, what you're trying to protect, how you feel like you're going to transform from this, and what you're working on with this 10 of Wands here. I do teach tarot over on my Instagram, so go give a follow if that's something you're interested in. I also offer personal readings at amandanarduzzi.com. If you wanted a one-on-one with me, we tend to go in a lot of depth where I sense the energy, and we go from there and see, different action points and see what we can do with that energy to manifest what you want, right? So, that being said, I think that was everything. I love you, I love you, I love you, and I will see you next time. Bye.